This is the Main Event Mark's dark side of wrestling history. Mike Awesome was a wrestler whose immense physical talent and reckless high-flying style made him a standout star in both Japan and Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW. With a rare combination of size, power, and surprising agility, he seemed destined for superstardom. Yet his career and life were tragically marked by a dark side of controversy, professional mismanagement, and ultimately a heartbreaking personal struggle that led to his premature death. One of the most controversial moments of his career was his departure from ECW in 2000. While still the reigning ECW World Heavyweight Champion, Awesome controversially jumped to World Championship Wrestling, WCW. While many fans saw this as an act of disloyalty, the reality was far more complicated. It was reported that ECW had been bouncing checks and not paying its wrestlers, and Awesome, who had a family to support, chose to leave for a more financially stable opportunity with WCW. This move, however, made him a pariah to a passionate fan base, and the controversy surrounding his exit followed him for the rest of his career. Awesome's time in major promotions like WCW and WWE was a stark example of a performer being misused and misunderstood. Instead of being presented as the dominant, hard-hitting monster he was in ECW, he was saddled with a series of absurd and career-killing gimmicks, such as the Fat Chick Thriller and That 70s Guy. These gimmicks, combined with inconsistent booking and a lack of creative direction, completely neutered his credibility and alienated him from a new audience. He never managed to replicate the success he found in ECW and Japan, and his time in both major companies was brief and unmemorable. Tragically, the darkest chapter of Mike Awesome's life came after he retired from wrestling. He reportedly suffered from personal problems, including a divorce and an arrest for domestic abuse. In 2007, at just 42 years old, Mike Awesome was found dead in his home after apparently taking his own life. His tragic story serves as a somber reminder of the mental and emotional toll the wrestling business can take on its performers, a toll that is often hidden from public view. Perry Saturn was once considered one of the most intense and technically skilled wrestlers of the 1990s, gaining fame in ECW, WCW, and WWE. However, behind the scenes, his body took a brutal beating. Saturn suffered multiple knee and neck injuries throughout his career, which required surgeries and long recovery periods. Even after returning to the ring, pain became a constant part of his daily life. His high-impact wrestling style, combined with a lack of proper medical care in the industry at the time, left him physically broken by the early 2000s. His injuries led to missed opportunities and played a major role in his repeated firings from major companies. In WWE, Saturn struggled with backstage heat and was eventually released. After leaving the national spotlight, he wrestled on the independent scene, but his health issues worsened. Pain and depression pushed him towards substance abuse, particularly painkillers and methamphetamine. Over time, addiction consumed his life. He lost his home, his career, and even contact with most of his friends and family. Tragically, Saturn eventually disappeared from the public eye and was believed by many to have died. In reality, he became homeless and lived on the streets for years. He later revealed that he was nearly killed after being shot while stopping an SA, which further worsened his physical health. Eventually, Saturn resurfaced and spoke openly about his struggles, raising awareness of the darker side of professional wrestling. His story is a powerful reminder of the physical, mental, and emotional toll that the business can take, and how even the toughest performers can fall through the cracks when the spotlight fades. Balls Mahoney was a fan favorite in ECW, known for his wild brawling style, hardcore chair shots, and larger-than-life personality. However, the very style that made him famous also destroyed his body. He suffered numerous injuries throughout his career, including concussions, broken bones, and chronic pain. Wrestling in extreme matches with little medical support left lasting damage. Even when he worked briefly in WWE, his reputation as a hardcore wrestler made it difficult to break out of the niche that had already taken such a toll on his health. Outside of the ring, Mahoney's personal life was filled with turmoil. He struggled financially after ECW went out of business, bouncing between independent promotions just to survive. The constant pain from years of extreme wrestling led him to painkillers and other substances, and his lifestyle spiraled further. Mahoney dealt with weight gain, poor health and erratic behavior. His relationship with longtime tag team partner Axl Rotten also became strained as both men battled similar demons. Despite occasional returns to television, Mahoney could never regain stability or consistent success in mainstream wrestling. Tragically, Mahoney's past caught up with him. He reportedly suffered from brain damage due to repeated chair shots to the head and developed severe health issues in his later years. His wife passed away unexpectedly in 2015, leaving him emotionally shattered and raising their young son alone. Less than a year later, Balls Mahoney died at just 44 years old from a heart attack. After his death, it was revealed that he had CTE, the brain condition found in many former wrestlers and football players. His story highlights the dangers of the hardcore wrestling lifestyle and the lack of long-term support for performers once the spotlight fades. Ian and Axl Rotten were two of the most infamous figures in ECW history, known for their brutal and bloody feud, as well as their tag team, The Bad Breed. Their hardcore style made them cult favorites, but it also destroyed their bodies. Both men suffered serious injuries, countless concussions, and long-term physical pain as a result of their unprotected chair shots, barbed wire matches, and violent brawls. ECW's lack of proper medical care only worsened their conditions. Even after leaving the company, neither Ian nor Axl were able to fully escape the physical consequences of their extreme wrestling careers. Outside of the ring, their personal lives spiraled out of control. Financial instability plagued them after ECW collapsed, and they bounced between independent promotions just to survive. Substance abuse became a major issue for both men, especially painkillers and heroin. They struggled with addiction, legal problems, and homelessness at different points in their lives. Their once close relationship also deteriorated as drug use and personal disputes drove a wedge between them. Despite brief appearances in WWE's ECW reunion shows, neither was able to rebuild a stable career. Tragically, both Ian and Axl Rotten suffered heartbreaking fates. Axl's health declined rapidly, and he battled depression, drug addiction, and several spinal issues. In 2016, he was found dead in a motel room at just 44 years old from an accidental OD. Ian's struggles continued as well. He faced accusations of unprofessional behavior, substance abuse, and even scamming promoters. His poor health and lingering addiction issues kept him out of the spotlight, and his legacy became overshadowed by controversy. The story of Ian and Axl Rotten is a tragic example of how the hardcore wrestling lifestyle, combined with addiction and lack of support, can destroy even the most dedicated performers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, comment with your thoughts down below on all of this, as well as suggestions for future episodes. This has been the Main Event Mark's Dark Side of Wrestling History.